Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check-in. Today we're gonna do a classic read. I will be using a little bit different set of cards, but general idea is the same. We're gonna take a look at the energies for Divine Feminine collectives, Divine Masculines, and the energy of the connection itself at this time. I will start with an oracle deck as always, and today I picked the Spirit Junkie Oracle by Gabby Bernstein. These are the positive affirmations, and I feel like we can really use them on a day like that. You know, it's been an interesting week. I can't say that it was specifically positive or negative, but definitely, you know, big collective energies were building up. And I had a lot of revelations on my personal journey, and I feel like today, I don't know, maybe because in New York here we have a super gloomy, rainy day, but I feel like we can definitely use some of those affirmations to kind of focus on those enthusiastic and positive things that gonna shuffle some more so I get one card. Positive things that we can focus on and bringing more of that into our space. So let's start with Divine Feminine. A card for Divine Feminines, please. Can't believe it's almost December. Feels like this year flew by so fast. It's crazy. Like I distinctly remember what I was doing in December last year, and now it's pretty much December again. Okay, we got the more I honor my inner light, the more I brighten the world. I choose to shine. Yeah, so as within, so without. And it's a choice, right, to shine your light. I will pick this other one because it kind of was trying to slip out. So owning my power inspires others to do the same. I'm not afraid to shine. I swear I shuffled the deck really well, but they're both really about shining. So that's the, you know, I'm not, well, first of all, that it's my inner light that helps me shine, you know, to the world. And also owning my power inspires others to do the same, right? So remembering that it starts within, and also empowering yourself, right? Like you need to feel that power within first to be able to spread the word and the light to other people. It's in that order. So today, if you're not feeling like you're ready to shine to the world, take a self-care day and think about what you can do for yourself to empower yourself and to light up that light within. Could be even reading a good book. I don't know, going through some wonderful memories, like going through the photo albums or something. Maybe finally decorating that Christmas tree, you know, like it's a sea of possibilities out there. Let's get a card for Divine Masculines. I send a prayer of love to all beings in need of a miracle. Wow, so wonderful. So here I get two messages. First of all, this is a reminder to Divine Masculines that you're not alone, that you can use the prayer to call on to your guides, those who want to help you, those entities, those souls that are willing to give a helping hand. The divine, of course, the archangels, like, you know, it's whoever you believe in, the universe, you know, at the very least, like it's like a call to the universe to support you, to help you out with your with going for your dreams and healing your fears, right? But another message here is that Divine Masculine is actually a lot more powerful than they feel, that they know, right? Send a prayer of love to all beings in need of a miracle, so you can actually manifest those miracles for other people, right? So it's important to keep them in your prayers, to set those affirmations, those intentions, not just for yourself or your family, but for the community, local or even global, right? Like for me, for example, because I'm Ukrainian, a lot of times I include people in Ukraine into my my prayers, my meditations, right? It's a good example actually, where we can actually make a difference, especially because I know that there are many more people who are sending prayers, who are helping financially, they're inputting their energy into this, right? And the more of us out there, especially when light workers join in, the bigger that effect is going to be, and it will be felt, it will make a difference. It will support those people standing up for themselves, for example, right? You may have your own examples of those communities, but yeah, it makes a difference. This is like a nudge, a reminder of how much of a difference it can actually create in the world as light workers. Okay, let's get on with the tarot. And we'll get a card for Divine Feminine energies right now. Actually, we'll get a couple of cards, and I will do Feminines and Masculines with this deck, and then I'll use my other deck for the connection. Not even for the connection, but for the messages. There we go. Now I remember. 4 of Wands and the Star in reverse. This is for the feminine. Very interesting. What do we have for the masculine energy? If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like the video, to subscribe to my channel, to leave a comment. The Hangman and the Knight of Cups. Okay, also very interesting. A little bit of opposing energies, but we'll talk about that, and the energy of the connection at this time. Okay, we got Page of Cups and King of Wands. Thank you. So Divine Feminines have gotten 4 of Wands and the Star in reverse. So what I'm getting with this is that Divine Feminine is actually kind of like looking at the relationships, at the important relationships in their life a bit from a distance. It's like taking an objective look at what the relationships are. Are they going well? Are they productive? Are they successful, right? Because for once, actually obviously not just about twin flame union, and even not just about marriage or connection with someone in a romantic relationship. It's about that for sure, but it's generally speaking, it's about important commitments in your life, personal, professional. It can be on different levels, right? So it's looking at those commitments and kind of assessing them. Are they in alignment with your bigger goals or not, right? Because there is a feeling that there are some obstacles on the way to the bigger goal, to the bigger objective, right? Almost like there is an intuitive understanding that maybe your energy, your time, your resources aren't spent in the most optimal ways to reach those goals. This is a kind of a self-reminder to make sure that those things that you're committed to, that you're investing into, they're actually in alignment. And if they're not, then something has to change there. It's like an inventory, relationship inventory. Very useful to do from time to time. I should do an article on that actually. It's quite a fascinating idea. It may sound a little bit dry, but it's actually totally worth it. And you can approach it in a very structured way. So it's not just super subjective based on like your feelings and emotions in the moment, right? It can actually assess that based on certain attributes. For the masculine, we have the Hanged Man and Knight of Cups. So yeah, there is a bit of like I was saying, like an opposing vibe, because the Hanged Man is more about retrospection, although this Hanged Man is kind of almost freeing themselves up. It's like that last bit where you actually realize, oh, I don't have to be here anymore, right? Like it's my choice when I decide to leave this tree, to get on my horse and to go for it, right? So there is that energetic desire to take action, to go forward, to take a chance on something important, right? But divine masculines are trying to plan that action, or to be more aware about those actions and why they want to take them and where they're going to lead them, right? So this is like that, because it's a new cycle, a more ascended cycle, there's more recognition of, okay, if I want to go for this, like, I need to understand why. It should be my decision, and I need to understand exactly why I'm doing this. Otherwise, it's, eventually it's usually leading to a victim mentality and feeling sorry for yourself, like finding excuses why that or this didn't work out. Because you realize, like, even if you think that you don't really have expectations, so you don't care about the outcome, of course we all do. And it's the worst when you feel like you're just chill about something, like, yeah, whatever, and then at the end it doesn't turn out the way you wanted, because actually you did have expectations, and then you're heartbroken, right? Or you're demotivated to try again. And again, this could be about relationships, could be about a job, creative project, can be about anything, right? But I'm getting this is more about an activity rather than a relationship. It's like giving something a try. Like, it could be traveling, for example, it could be learning new skills, it could be starting a new project, or maybe a new business partnership, something along those lines. Whew. And for the connection, we have Page of Cups and King of Wands. Yeah, so there is a pretty good balance of a feminine and masculine dynamic in the connection right now. And this is telling me that the fact that, and it's mostly that no, actually, I'm being corrected. It's not even fair to say who brings in what energy more, right? It means that the twins are relatively balanced on their own, like individually. And B, when they bring in the energy, one of them is mostly in feminine energy, another one is mostly masculine. Not necessarily according to the natural distribution, right? Like, i.e., the divine feminine could be in a masculine energy right now, and maybe the masculine in the feminine. But it's like balanced enough within, and because they're still opposing energies, there's still this synergy. It may look a little weird, it may feel a little strange, but it's still necessary. Like, sometimes those kind of weird dynamics are necessary for, how do I put it, for the twins to be able to understand the difference in the flavor, and also to be able to reconfirm, what's their baseline is, right? Like, right now I'm choosing to be in a more decisive, proactive energy of a masculine, but I like, it makes me realize, because it's not as comfortable as my feminine energy, for example, I understand that my baseline is my feminine energy, right? So I can actually be more aware of when I'm making an effort versus what comes to me more naturally. It's also helping the twins understand each other better, because if I'm a divine feminine in a masculine energy right now, then from what I'm pursuing, from the conversations I'm having, from the decisions I'm making, I can actually be a lot more empathic towards what men are going through, like masculines, right? I'm not talking about gender here, it's more about the energies. So we can understand each other even better, right? And the challenges and the differences and all of that stuff. So it's a really important part of understanding the other side better. Okay, messages between the twins. I'll use my Light Seers Tarot, and today the messages will be given through the tarot. So from masculines to feminines, we have Four of Pentacles. Anything else? It's kind of a lot. Can I please have just one or two cards? Okay, thank you. And the King of Cups, nice. And from feminines to masculines, again, a lot of cards. Okay. We have 10 of Wands in reverse and 8 of Cups. So, masculines to feminines. So the masculines are saying, yeah, so look at those figures. They're both with their eyes closed and they're both in that kind of meditative state. So what masculine is saying is, you know, they understand that this is a time for each of us to focus on our own wholeness and, you know, making sure our life is truly remarkable, where we can be authentic, where we don't have to hold back. And yes, it's a paradox because at times we still have to do that. We still have to hold back. We still have to pretend to be someone else at the moment. And that's what's pushing us to do that inner work, to build a more authentic life for ourselves. But look how much love there is in this, like how much this blue color, right? Like I can see as a reader a lot of that love energy in the space. The King of Cups, of course, is the loving creature, right? Like it's somebody who's mastered that energy of love. And the Divine Masculine is saying, I know that we're both in that King energy. We're both the masters. This is just like the postgraduate degree, so to speak, right? We're adding even more layers on top of it so that we can express ourselves safely in this world, and we can express the love that we have for each other and towards other people around us. Divine Feminine is saying to Divine Masculine that it's finally time when the burdens need to be dropped. Those things that have been left unspoken, they need to go. And Divine Feminine wants to lighten the burden and sort of remove those what do we call that? Let's just say those painful memories from your common story, right? They don't want to hang on to them anymore. And it doesn't mean that, like, it's easier said than done, but it's work in progress. And at this point, it's almost like I'm being drawn especially to the like figure in solitude, right? So they understand that they may need to spend some time in solitude, or maybe refrain from starting new relationships. So for example, if they're considering a soulmate, right, they feel like right now it's healing time. It's time to free themselves up from this painful experience with Divine Masculine. And not just because like, okay, I can't do this anymore, right? But with a kind and loving energy towards themselves, towards the DM, and towards the potential soulmate that will be coming in. Because it's just not going to be fair to any of these participants if they keep holding on to those tough energies, right? It's time to transmute that, to relieve yourself and be able to open up the heart to something new and beautiful that's gonna come in. But also use that energy, right? Like it's presented in the form of luggage here, right? It's still useful stuff there, right? And you don't want to throw everything. Like at least you are supposed to keep that knowledge of more of a scientist that will help you, that will help deal with with similar situation in the future if they come up, and also understanding the general dynamics of why these things happen, so you can be eventually helping others in similar situations, right? Understand the dynamics of love, of a healthy relationship better, right? And be able to help others with that understanding. So there is a bit of that scientific approach that the feminines are taking. And they want to say to the masculines that even though it feels like they're walking away from the relationship and from the masculine, it's actually a really important study that they're doing for the sake of themselves, the Divine Masculine, and any other soulmates that are going to come in. That will be also important for Divine Feminine on her journey, on their journey. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you all, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon.